Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to today's Midwest High School Hockey League broadcast between the home Dubuque Saints and the visiting Lincoln Junior Stars. JV warm-ups are underway. Started here in about 4 minutes. Stars played in Cedar Rapids last night, where they lost to the Riders in a shocking upset, 2-1. Some complete games from around the league already. It looks like the Lancers beat Bogie 5-1. And it was Fremont over Mason City, 4-1. So a couple surprises there at the varsity level. Give me just a second. We'll get some JV scores as well. For JV, it was Fremont also over Mason City, 7-2. Omaha also over Bogie, 5-0. Oaks and Blues are underway right now, 6-0 in favor of the Oaks. Warriors and Riders are battling it out, 1-0 at JV. And it looks like the Caps and the Cyclones will get underway here soon, hopefully. The Stars are undefeated at the JV level with just 2 shutout losses, 15-0. They're led by Cole Brown with 17 goals on the season. Riker Newton leads them in assists with 13. And August Howard will be their leading goaltender with 90.1 save percentage. That's August stretching out center ice to Trevor Breen, who I would expect to be in the man in the net for the JV team tonight. Looks like Lincoln's broadcasting from the other side of the ring. Hello, Lincoln. I just realized I waved and there's not a camera on me, but they've got 21 people watching their stream. It's good. That means I can talk bad about them and no one will get mad. Brand still got a stick, and Trevor does too. Brand stepping onto the bench. Safe bet that Trevor will be our man in the net tonight. On the other end, it is not number 35, whose name I've already forgotten. It's number 40. Number 40 is Matt Fisher. Also with a respectable 89.3 save percentage on the season.
Welcome to Highline Arena.
It's like Quinn Leland will be the man in the middle. Leland, a former goaltender for Cedar Rapids. We won't hold that against him. Kathy Fugger from Florida, welcome to the broadcast. Puck's down and underway. Michael Poles will dump it into the zone. Lincoln back behind the net to get it. Poles knocks it away from him towards the corner. Oh, they're wearing the Saturday night jerseys, which I don't like. Lincoln controls. Ethan Keys knocks it away. They'll send it out to center ice. Into the attacking zone. It's poked loose by Cooper Smith. And now Michael Poles races it through center ice. In the attacking zone. Top of the circles. Caught the butt end of... Who did we decide that was, Travis? It is Fisher. Pulls now at center ice, has it knocked away from him. Keys takes it, sent back. That's Anders Hill. Anders will carry it out. Both teams change. Anders across the red line, dumps it in just over the head of Fisher. Blake Schrader runs into a man behind the net. Troush sends it down low. That's not Troush, that's Randall. Now Troush over on the far side. Elsie Sukachoff chases it back to her own defensive zone. She'll play it over to Meehan. Meehan back to Elsie. Elsie sends it up to Troush, chips it out of the zone. Knocked right back in by Lincoln. Meehan in the corner. Plays it around one. Troush kicks it off to Tyler Randall. He'll dump it in from the blue line. Bouncing puck. Played back behind the net. Troush pulls it off the boards. Tries to send it back in. Now it's forced back out to neutral ice. Meehan back to Troush. Troush over to Elsie. Elsie plays it ahead to Troush. Carries it across the red line into the attacking zone. Drives to the faceoff dot. It's knocked off his stick there. Now it's Blake Schrader battling forward in the corner. Spins away from one. Hand pass. Hand pass, and we get a whistle. Face off just in front of the player door. Waddick in there for it. Picked up and dumped in by Ethan Sauser. Sent around the back of the net. Mitchell battles for it in the corner. Played up the boards. Lincoln hits the gas and cruises through center ice. Shot saved by Breen. Around the back of the net. Tries to throw it out in front. Net looks like it's off, and it is. Lincoln was the JV state champions last year, so they have a formidable team, both at JV and varsity. We said their JV team is still undefeated, 15 wins and 2 shutout losses. So undefeated in regulation, I guess would be the way to say that. Face off to come to the right of Breen. Puck's down. Back to the point. Lincoln shot, saved by Breen. Kick to the corner. They'll play it up the near boards. Back to the point again. Broadfoot's got it. Sends D to D. Top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Breen. He'll kick it out to Sauser. Sauser will carry it out of the zone. Dumps it in from the neutral ice. That's Mitchell, first one to it. Took both steps to get there. Sent back in. Powell now knocks it down. Back behind the zone. He'll chase it down. Played out the far side. Sent back in by Cooper Smith. Played to the corner by Paul King. Dubuque will race it out the far side. All the way back to the defensive zone. Played back all the way now. Cooper Smith in his defensive zone. Plays it over to Waddick. Waddick back over to Smith. Smith sends it ahead to Powell. Gets a piece of it on the right side of the red. Lincoln on the counter. 2-on-2 the other way. Got a third one jumping in. Saved by Green. Waddick plays it ahead. Gets it up to Lund. Lund over to Powell. Powell gets it up. Knocked off the puck there by Lincoln. And again, they're back the other way. Quick counterattack by the Stars. They'll take it across the blue line. Drop pass there. Walked all the way down to the faceoff. That shot. High and wide. Caroms out to the near point. Shot fired wide again. Now back to the point again. They'll work it down the far side. Back behind the Dubuque net. Comes to the near corner. Elsie plays it ahead to Landon Lund. He'll get it up. Dubuque will dump it in. Go for a change. Lincoln back behind their own net to pick it up. Long cross-ice pass taken away by Fugger. He'll dump it back in. Goes to get it out in front. Lincoln keeping it interesting. Sent ahead. Stars carry it into the zone. They'll go for a change. Elsie back to get it behind her own net. Lays it up to Fugger. Fugger pulls it off the boards. Just out of the reach of Tees. Lincoln now on the counterpunch. Driven wide by Fugger all the way down to the corner. Meehan knocks him off the puck. Fugger out of the corner. Tries to play it up the boards. Held in at the point. Nope. Jumps over a stick. Lincoln spins towards the boards. Sends it in. Shot saved by Breen. Punches it down. Wide of that. Now it's battle for in the corner. Elsie takes a shot to the head. So battle for on the near corner now. Played up the boards. Get a penalty call. Tripping on Lincoln. So Dubuque will get the first power play of the night. Shots on goal favor the Stars 5-1. So we can turn the tide here as Thomas heads to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. We'll get Lund, Tees, Meehan, Cooper Smith back on D. Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. Glove down by Meehan. Plays it down the boards. Gets it to Tees. Taken away from him. Now it's chipped back down to Tees again. Tries to work it down to the corner. Is met with some stiff competition. Now Tees. Centers it. Shot. Saved by Fisher. Kick to the corner. Lincoln controls there. They'll work it back beyond their own net. Fired off the boards. It'll go the length of the ice.
2 minutes for tripping.
Now played up. Cooper Smith will work it up. Sends a cross ice pass. Saints drive it into the zone. From the slot. Backhanded pass. Goal! Nice shot. Nice goal. You can see the excitement of the varsity team over there. So the Saints out to a 1-0 lead. Taking advantage of the power play opportunity. We'll get Tyler Randall, Elliot Troush, and Blake Schrader out it forward. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln, back in their own defensive zone. Fans on the pass, Troush has it. Picked up by Lincoln. Again, they'll send it out to the far side. Anders Hill dumps it into the zone. Dubuque's offsides. Dubuque's still offsides. Dubuque's still offsides. Now Lincoln plays it out to neutral ice. Sent to the zone. McDermott's got it there. Tries to play it up. Gets it out to neutral ice. Schrader. Pass to goes through the crease. Nobody home, though. Again, out to neutral ice. Taken away there by Anders Hill. He'll get it up to Elliot Troush. Little kerfuffle there in the middle. Randall carried in, tops of the circle. Works around to the corner. Back behind the net. And it goes the other way. Lincoln's got it now. Taken away by Troush. Sends it up to Randall. Back behind the Lincoln net. Ethan Saucer jumps on the ice. Now sent back to the near side. Waddick will go down and press through the puck. Saints doing a great job forechecking here. Now sent off to the far side again. Cooper Smith knocks it down low. Takes the hit. Now played out to the middle. It's Waddick. Waddick's got his own blue line. Plays it over to Smith. Smith gets it to Saucer. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Lincoln controls in front of their own bench. They'll try and play it ahead. Back to Waddick again. Waddick cross-ice pass up to Maddox Mitchell. Maddox dumps it into the zone. Gets caught up in a jersey. Lincoln D-to-D right in front of their own net. Now they'll play it out. Tipped outside the blue line. And that'll be icing. 7:06 left in the first period. Shots on goal favor the Stars, 5-3. Puts the Saints first on the board with a 1-0 lead. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. They'll take it back beyond their own net. Wrapped out the near side. Now it's London there, making life difficult on the Stars. They'll play it all the way back to Meehan, who's defensive position. Loses his skates. A little dangerous play there. Played back up the boards, taken away by the Stars. Centering pass, too hot to handle. Squirts through. Now it's played up ahead. Can't do anything about it now. Lund's got it. Played back behind the nets. Now comes back out to the point. Meehan down the boards, taken away by Lincoln. Back behind the net. Elsie gets it out to the near side. Knocked out the puck there. And we'll get a call. Tripping. Yeah. Elsie Sukuchov, 2 minutes. Tripping.
I mean, where should I really even start? I got that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead on my raps on the facts of the sack.
Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Either still spins away from one, tries to play it up the boards. Held it at the point, they'll get it down low. Now cross ice pass, Lincoln's got it at the far side. Shot, saved by Breen, kick loose. Picks up the rebound.
At 5:57, number 2, Elsie Sukuchov, tripping. That puts Dubuque on O'Connor Thomas, penalty kill.
Puck's down. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the goal up. We could do that. Start with that. 1-0 Saints. Kirk mentioned that the lens is a little foggy. There's not a lot I can do about that right now. We'll get it cleaned here, probably at the intermission. Puck sent out the far side. Lincoln will bring it up from behind the net. Played out now. Through neutral ice into the attacking zone. They'll get around Schrader. Down to the goal line. Rolls off a stick there. Now it's played around to the near side. Hard off the boards and sent the length by Jack Huger. He'll run it down. Fisher will have to play it out to the far side. That's King. King takes it behind his own net. Races up the near side, gives it up to Meehan, who blows a wheel. Backhand shot, saved by Breen. He holds on. See, we have 22 viewers right now, and Lincoln is up to 38. Stealing my thunder. All your friends, tell them to watch the game. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. From the faceoff dot, hits the brakes below the goal line. They'll get it back to the top of the circle. Broadfoot's got it there. Cross-ice pass to the faceoff dot again. Taken away. Meehan wallpaper to the wall. Lincoln back behind the net. They'll play it to the corner. Back behind the net. Tries the far side. D to D at the point. Lincoln fires it down to the corner. Goes back behind the net. Stars have it there. Sent out in front. Blocked down by Meehan, that looks like. Now collected by the Stars. Back to the point. Shot. Saved by Breen. Big glove save for a whistle. Still 12 seconds left on that Chikochov penalty. We'll get Anders Hill, Michael Poles, Ethan Tees. It's like Jack Huger taking the face off. Lincoln controls, back to the point. We'll go D to D to the near side. Shot through the slot, loose. Eaten up by Breen, goal. Just 2 seconds left on Elsie's power penalty. But Lincoln will get the power play goal to make it 1-1. That seems to be their MO. They're going to get a ton of shots on net and look for the rebound. Easy tees to the draw. One by Dubuque. Michael Poles will carry it into the zone. Now they tag up. Huger's got it. Tries to send it in. Loosen the slot. Lincoln sends it out to the far side. Poles takes it away at neutral ice. Chips it back to Elsie. Elsie tries to play it ahead. Hits the skate. It's loose in the slot again. Anders Hill battles forward in the corner. It's played up the far boards. Picked up by Tees. He gets it over to Poles. Just out of the reach on the return to Tees. Tees got it back behind the net. Battles for it there. Chips it out to the near side where Poles picks it up. He'll drive it behind the net, throws it out in front. Tees can't get a stick off for a shot. And the Lincoln back across the red line. They'll dump it in on Breen. Bouncing puck, kick to the corner. Elsie's got it there. She gets it ahead to Fuger. Fuger back up to Elsie. Gets it ahead to Michael Poles. Michael shot, deflected and kicked wide. Back to the box with you. Looks like someone took a little extra privileges with Elsie again. See what the call is. Leland's going to talk about it. We're going with head contact or roughing. 2, head contact. And a 10. Send that guy a guest. See Molenkamp talking to Elsie on the bench. She looks like she's all right. Lincoln coach is explaining what head contact is, and the ref's like, yes, I'm well aware what head contact is. I just saw it. It's on the onus of the checker to make sure he doesn't hit the player. Doesn't matter if the player's 5 foot tall or 6'6". Still can't hit him in there. Like Gavin Imperial served the penalty. So with 3 minutes left, the Saints on a 2-minute power play. We'll get Tyler Randall in for the draw. He wins it back. Gets it to Anders Hill. Anders over to Michael Poles. Back to Anders. Gets it over to the far side. That's Blake Schrader through the middle. Oh, tipped away by Fisher. Good scoring opportunity there. Now back the other way. Anders making life harder than it needs to be. Played out to Fugler. Ball and cross-ice pass over to Blake Schrader. Carries it into the zone. Hits the brakes below the goal line. Has it knocked off his stick. Randall tries to play it up the far side, but can't get it all the way back to Anders. And Lincoln will send it the length of the ice. Breen wraps it around to Fugler. Fugler sends it back. Anders will set up behind the net. Long cross-ice pass. Randall walks away from two. Into the attacking zone. Drives all the way down below the goal line. Plays it back to Jack Fugler on the half wall. Long cross-ice pass taken away by Lincoln, and they'll pitchfork it out of the zone. 2 minutes left in the period. 1 minute left on the power play. Anders leaves it back there for Cooper Smith. Smith back to get it. We'll bring it right down Main Street. Long pass directly on the Stars tape. Duke battles forwards at center ice, and now they're regrouping in the defensive zone. Smith again ahead, taken away again by Lincoln. Lund tries to carry it in the zone, runs into some resistance. Now it's Meehan. Long pass over to Smith. Smith has it knocked off his stick. Meehan ahead to Lund now. Lund gets it over to the middle. Carried it into the zone by Dubuque. Sent through the middle, taken away by Lincoln. They'll come the other way. Through neutral ice, they'll send it down to the corner where Carter Meehan will go back to get it. Just 1 minute left in the period. Power play is over. Back to five sides. Played ahead to Lund. Gets it into the zone. Knocked off his stick. Lincoln doing the small things really well. Got it in the zone. Now 2-on-1. Nice tie up by Elsey. Battles forward in the corner. And it's Tyler Randall carries it out of the zone. It's taken away by Lincoln at the red line. And they'll force their way back into the defensive zone. Shot tipped wide. Lincoln wheels it back up the near boards. It's taken away there. And it's Tyler Randall in front of the benches into the attacking zone. Poked off his stick by Lincoln. They'll play it ahead. Paul King carries it in the attacking zone. Drives down to the goal line, harassed by Anders the whole way. Now knocked back to the corner. King's got it there. That'll do it on the first period. So after one, shots on goal favor Lincoln, 13-3. That's funny. Sir. Puck's down, played back to Cooper Smith. Smith fires it off the boards, out to neutral ice. Lincoln has it. They'll go D to D. Smith now in his own defensive zone. Rolls off his stick. Battle in the corner. Ethan Tees over to get it. Plays it ahead to Michael Poles. Poles tries to get it out. Held at the Lincoln defensive line. Dumped into the corner now. Lincoln sends it back behind the net. Played around to the far side. Michael Poles will battle for it there. Tees comes in to help him out. Lincoln takes it away. Drives the length of the blue line. Drops it off there. Shot comes wide of the net. Fired in. High stick there. Eaten up by Breen. We'll see what we can do about that lens quick. Oh, that's not better at all. Thanks, Kurt. That's a little better. Tyler Randall in for the face-off. Puck's down, back to the blue line. Lincoln controls. Paul King shot. Trickled wide. Lincoln will pick it up on the half wall. Forces it back to the blue line. Shot. Tried to deflect it in front. Kicks out to the far corner. Lincoln now behind their own goal line. Tries to play it out. Taken away by Blake Schrader. Carries it out to neutral ice. Knocked out the puck there. Gets into the zone. Takes an unnecessary hit inside the blue line. Lincoln now into the attacking zone. Centering pass, bouncing puck. Controlled by, set back in front. Reno, hold on for a whistle. Saints will send out a new set of forwards and D. We get Elsie and Cooper Meehan back on defense. Carter Meehan back on defense. Waddick, Mitchell, and Sauser at forward. Waddick to the draw. Won by Lincoln. Back to the blue line. Shot. Deflected in front. Kicked off on the half wall. Back to the point again. Another big shot. Fired wide. Caroms all the way to the far boards. Carter Meehan battles for it over there. Played back behind the net. Waddick will send it around the boards. Bouncing puck knocked down by Lincoln. Controlled again. Cooper Perry's got it there. That's not Cooper Perry. That's Gavin Perry. Shot, goal. Loose puck trickled out to the far side. Lincoln will jump out to a 2-0 lead with 13:12 left in the second period. Lincoln just getting an abundance of shots. Saints are only fending off so many. We'll get Powell up for the faceoff. Got Elsie and Carter Meehan back on D. Puck's down. Meehan battles for it in the corner, tries to send it ahead. Now played all the way back in the defensive zone. Lincoln wins the race behind the net. Elsie's going to get another call here. Waiting to see what it is. The Lincoln player's holding his head. Kind of went into the boards awkwardly head first. Referees haven't signaled. We're going to see how injured the Lincoln player is. That may determine the call we're getting. Lincoln player still down on the side. Saw a little movement down there, and like I said, he was grabbing at the back of his neck, so hopefully everything's all right there. All right, back underway. Played off to the boards. Lincoln has it there. Sent back behind the net. Elsie's got company in the corner. We haven't gotten the call yet. I would expect boarding, which is a 2 and 10. Sent out in front, saved by Breen. Pulls now. Sends it hard up the boards, and it'll go the length of the ice. Lincoln plays it up the far side. Elsie's going to get a checking from behind.
Number 2, check from behind, Elsie Kochak. A 10-2, the 10 is served by number 39.
Lincoln now at the blue line, plays it down the boards, taken away by Pulls. Sends it out to neutral ice. Lincoln will send it back in. Back behind the net it goes. Cooper Smith wraps around to the far side. Lincoln can't quite hold it in. It bounces up, and we're 2-on-1 the other way. Huger and Pulls. Gotta go quick, boys. That was not quick. Driven back behind the net. Lincoln takes it away. They'll bring it up the near side. Chipped into the zone by Lincoln. They'll drive it towards the goal line. Saved by Breen. Bouncing puck collected by Anders. Plays it off the boards. Held in there. Now it's kicked out to the slot. Shot off the crossbar. Lincoln's got it now. Turns and reverses field down the boards. Centering pass. Makes it all the way through. Now top of the circles. Fired back through the middle. Lincoln's got there. Set front. Knocked to the far side again. And it's Strauss knocks it away, and he's off to the races. As it bounced off his stick at the blue line. Shot. Goal by Elliot Strauss! Nice one-man effort there by Troush. He doesn't get to come out on a short-handed goal. So Elliot Troush doing yeoman's work on the penalty kill. Ties the game up at 2. 11:07 left in the second period. Season pulls out. Still 11 seconds on that power play. Sent back to the corner. Meehan back to get it. Tries to play it up the near boards.
Scored by number 3, Elliot Troush, unassisted.
Played into the net. And Trevor Breen will hold on for a whistle. That'll do it on the power play. Saints back to 5 aside. And we'll send out Jack Huger. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. We'll send it around the near boards. Works all the way out to center ice. Lincoln controls it there, and they'll bring it back in. Driven wide all the way down to the goal line, centering pass. Nice save by Breen, and they pop the rebound in. I don't think we can give them 2 shots at the net like that. So just like that, Lincoln sends it back to a 1-goal game. Need to pick up that man in front of the net. We'll get Waddick and Cooper Smith out on D. Give me some keys to the face-off circle. Excuse me. Lincoln wins, sends it all the way to the corner. Waddick back to get it. Waddick plays it behind the net. Reverses and goes back out the far side. They'll play it back to the blue line. Now dumped into the slot. Kicked over to the near side. Wrapped behind the net. Waddick pulls in the corner, hits the brakes, gets away from one. Gets it back to Waddick. Waddick goes back behind his own net. Plays it over Cooper Smith. Wrapped back around to the far side to Poles. Poles chips it around 1, 2-on-1 the other way with Huger. Poles shot. Goal! Michael Poles. And we're back tied 3 apiece. Looks like that'll do it for Fisher and net. And we'll get Howard after 5 shots and 3 goals. So we're tied at 3 here with 10 minutes left in the second period. Wyatt Powell in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Controlled by the Dubuque. He'll drive it into the zone.
Goal scored by number 4, Michael Wolf.
Offsides.
Number 6, Cooper Smith at 10:07. That's goal by Mikey Pulls, assisted by Cooper Smith.
Puck's down. Lincoln's got it behind their own net. Spun off into the corner. Leaves it there. Now it centers it back. Shot. Caught the goaltender cold off the bench. Makes a nice save. Foul in for the faceoff. Lincoln will play it off the boards. Cooper Smith sends it back to the far corner. Lund plays it out. And Lincoln will send it out to neutral ice. Send it into the zone, knocked down by Waddick. They take it off his stick and now drive it back behind the net. Centering pass out in the slot. Nice save by Breen. I don't know that we can keep giving them free shots from the slot. Waddick pitches ahead. Lincoln takes it away and they'll reverse course. Just across the blue line, they hit the brakes, send it through the middle. Shot wide. Picked up on the far side by Lincoln. They'll play it back behind the net. Now kicked out to Brown. Shot. Goal. Oh my gosh. Well, if you like goals, boy, do we got a game for you. Four to 3 in favor of Lincoln with 9:07 left in the second period. Fun is just starting here. Unless you have to be sitting in front of Coach Austin Willenberg. They don't look like they're having a lot of fun right now. Randall into the dot. Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. Sent back behind the Lincoln net. They'll send it back around to the near side. Now played back to the corner again. Out to neutral ice with some speed. Lincoln takes it into the zone. It's knocked off a stick. Now out to center ice. Sent back in. Otters Hill works it up to the near side. Lincoln will send it back out. But icing on the far side. Doing some housekeeping here. Apparently someone made a mistake and we're going to get a face-off at center ice. Wasn't me. Back in the Dubuque defensive end. Otters Hill has it. Plays it ahead. Taken away by Lincoln. They'll drive it into the zone again. Now knocked off a stick, sent back out to neutral ice. Lincoln shot, fired wide of the net. Kicked out to the far side again. Lincoln's got it in front of the Zamboni Dose, sends it back to the blue line. Shot, locked in front. Bouncing puck comes all the way back to the Dubuque bench. Lincoln will pick it up there. Now played back out to neutral ice. Out to the far side. Paul King's there. Played back to Meehan. Meehan back behind the net to Anders Hill. Saints will send it up the far side, taken away by Lincoln at center ice. Now driven forward. Jack Huger's shot blocked. Karam's down to the corner. Lincoln will go behind their own net. Huger takes away in the slot. Shot. Goal! 7:07. You like goals. You came to the right game. We're tied at 4 now, Dubuque and Lincoln. Saints still shooting just slightly better than 50%. Good chance of that. Won't continue, but we'll take it while we can. Ethan Teese to the dot.
The goal at 7:07 by number 16, Jack Fever. Number 16, unassisted.
Huger now back into the slot. Gets run off to the puck hard. Back behind the net. Lincoln will play it around to the near side. Teese battles for it there. So chip it around him. Now aerial pass over to the far side. Lincoln's got it there. Off the boards. Played ahead. Cooper Smith takes it away there. Huger plays it over to McDermott. McDermott can't quite get it out of the zone. Again. Now it's played out to neutral ice. Battle 4 on the far side. Lincoln sends it towards the slot. Turns and fires wide of the net. Now from the blue line, Lincoln dumps it in. It's blocked by Michael Pulse. Into the corner, driven hard is McDermott. Now played back. McDermott tries to send it out. It's knocked down by Lincoln. Battles for it on the boards. Kicks out to the blue line. Leaky puck gets all the way back behind the goal line. Wrapped around to the near side. Huger can't pull it off the wall. Lincoln walks it down to the goal line. Centers it out in front. Loose in the slot. Now Huger's got it. He gets it out of the zone. Taken away by Lincoln. Now sent back in. Kicked back to Smith. Smith again tries to fire it up. Lincoln's got it in their own defensive zone. Into the zone. Loose puck. Shot. Saved by Breen. They'll battle for it back behind the goal line. Lincoln's got it behind the net. Sends it out front. Goal. Puck's down, knocked into the Dubuque zone. Lincoln will fire it back out. Shot. Kicked out to the far corner. Tyler Randall takes it back behind the net. Tries to play it around. Ducks under one check. Still battle for it in the corner. Now it's chipped up to the boards. Troush has it there. Plays it back down the line. It's knocked away by Lincoln. Anders Hill spins back. Now he'll dump it off to Troush. Troush into the zone. Flipping puck. Controlled there. Played back behind the goal line. Troush knocks the puck loose. Sent through the slot. Lincoln can't quite control it there. Powell makes him make a bad pass out to Anders at the blue line, and Lincoln the other way. 2-on-1. Waddick back. Centering pass back behind the Lincoln player. Knock loose there. Centering pass. Shot. Fires wide. Lincoln in the corner. Has it taken away by Powell. Back to the blue line. Shot fired through the slot. Lincoln on the far side. And battle for it there. Now top of the circle. Shot fired high and wide. Karen's up to the near side. Lincoln walks off the bench with it. Dumps it off to the far corner. Back to the blue line. Side of the net. Hard off the backside of Wyatt Powell. Now knocked out to center ice. Lincoln will dump it back in. Comes up the near boards. Now knocked away. Lincoln takes it back at center ice. In the attacking zone, backhanded shot wider than net. Lund's got it there, plays it around the near side. Saints pull it out of the corner. Chipped it up the boards. Lincoln shot, saved by Breen. Rebound kicks back towards the net. Play back, high circle. Shot, saved by Breen. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. Taken away by Dubuque. They'll send it up through the middle. Can't quite get it to Poles. Now Poles gets it ahead. He's got Jack Fugger on a breakaway. Jack gets run down and tripped. Loose in the slot. That seemed pretty clear from behind. Yeah. Penalty shot. So the Saints are going to penalty shot. Jack Fugger pulled down on that breakaway. See if we can manipulate the camera here to do what I want it to do. Bring it down a little bit. Saved by the goaltender.
I look at you now, I'm thinking, damn, how proud of me I am. What I did is nothing to sneeze at, even if your allergies are bad.
So with 2:34 left in the second period, Lincoln's still holds a 5-4 lead. Lots of hockey left to play though. Face off to come to the right of the Lincoln goaltender. Puck's down. Lincoln's got it on the near boards. They'll play it ahead. Taken into the Dubuque zone. Nice hit by Poles there. Lincoln takes it back though. Squirts away at the blue line. Fugger runs him down. They'll go D to D. Rolls off the other D stick. Bombs it out. Anders Hill has it taken away at center ice. Into the attacking zone comes Lincoln. Hits the trailer. Shot. Fired wider than that. Breen will cover for a whistle though.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when them that wells in your mouth. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
2 minutes left in the second period. Lincoln still ahead 5-4. Shots on goal 26-8 in favor of the Junior Stars. Puck's down. Squirts out of the Lincoln zone. Tyler Randall takes it away. He'll advance it into the zone. Drives it wide. Gets by one. All the way down to the corner behind the net. Run off the puck there. And Lincoln will fire it out the far side. Anders Hill manages to hold it in. Lincoln's got it. Chips it around Elliot Troush. Nice back check there by Randall. Trader can't kick it up to himself. Now it's Lincoln the other way. Gets it down the far boards. Out in front. Doing a little better job of tying it up in front. Not the easy ones. Ooh. Elliot Troush just threw an elbow. That wasn't uncalled. Out to the near side. Lincoln controls it at center ice. We'll drive it off to the far side. Charles takes it away. Battle Hawk 4 on the far boards. Lincoln will send it length of the ice. It's a bouncing puck. That doesn't make it for icing. Dies in the snow in the corner. Elsie now back behind the net. Plays up to Randall. Randall walks away from a couple. He's inside the zone. From the faceoff dot. Tries to cut towards the net. Nobody home. Oh, getting a delayed call. Cross-checking. White 20. So with 41 seconds left, Lincoln will go out on the power play. Excuse me, puck down. Lincoln's got it back at the center ice. They'll carry it into the zone. 3-on-3. Battle behind the net. Lincoln's got it there. Tries to kick it out front. Loose in the slot. Cooper Smith peels it off. Jack Fugger carries it in. Nice shot on net. Lincoln goalie will hold on with just 9.7 seconds left. Puck's down. Tries to chip it out. Still 6 seconds left. They'll get it out to neutral ice. Just inside the attacking zone. 2 seconds left. Shot. High and wide. That'll do it for the second period here from Dubuque. Lincoln leading 5-4. Shots on goal 26-9. Saints will come back and kill off the remainder of that penalty. Try and claw our way back into this high-scoring game. Start of the third period. We'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Just about back underway here for the third period. Lincoln holding a 5-4 advantage over the Saints. Still 1:13 left on that power play. Puck's down and we're underway. Honor Sales back together in the defensive zone. High off the glass. Goes the length of the ice. No icing on the power play. Played up the near side. Lincoln sends it back. Now battle on the far side. They'll get it out from in front of the scores table into the attacking zone. Driven wide to the corner. Kicked out in front. All the way out to center ice. Lincoln backpedals to their own blue line. Now they'll send it in for an icing. With 14:23 left in the third period. Saints still looking for that equalizer. Shots on goal favor Lincoln 27-9. Elliot Troush into the dot. Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. Send it out to the far side. Into the attacking zone. They come with a whole head of speed. Shot out in front. Loose puck collected by the defense. Lincoln spins it at the top of the circle. Shot. Blocked wide. Kicks out to the far side. Now back to the point. They'll work it down to the corner. Back behind the net. Kicks out in front. Nice defensive play by Tyler Randall. Gets it ahead to Troush. Troush gets a bouncing puck out to center ice. Lincoln on the quick change. That kept the Saints in a little bit of a bad change. Shot from the high slot. Kicks off the crossbar high. Back down to the corner, and the penalty's over. Back to 5 aside. Out of the box is Smothers. The shot's blocked. Now back down the boards. Lincoln gets a big cross-ice pass. Elsie's over there to get it. She spins it off the boards. Knocked back down by Lincoln. They'll walk out of the corner with it. Now knocked back to the wall. Elsie out through center ice. Lincoln D to D on the far side. Jack Fugger knocks it down there. Michael Poles walks away with it. Shot fired wide of the net. Caroms out to the near side, and Lincoln's back to neutral ice. Meehan plays it ahead to Fugger. It's taken away by Lincoln. Sent up into the Dubuque zone. LC will play it back out to neutral ice. Dumped back in by Lincoln. Glove by Breen. He'll drop it on the goal line. LC picks it up there. Back behind the net. Nice stick handling in the slot. Loose puck there. All the way down to the corner. Shot saved by Breen. Kicked it to the far wall. Now it's wrapped it back down to this side. Fired back behind the net. Lincoln is just a shooting barrage. Already 28 shots on net. Bouncing puck glove down by Meehan. He'll try and send it up through the air. Knocked down by Lincoln. They'll kick it back down behind the goal. Picked up there in the near corner. We'll send it to the faceoff dot. Shot wide of the net. Back behind the net. Lincoln picks it up there. That'll score it. Now they'll try and walk it out. Meehan sends it up the boards to Fugger. Fugger tries to bank it off the wall. Lincoln holds it in. Still keeps it in the zone. Now back behind the end wall. Wrapped around to the far side. Lincoln pulls it off the boards there. Fluffs the pass. Nathan Tees tries to get it out. Knocked down again, and they're right back in the zone. Lincoln with a relentless forecheck. Back out to center ice. Lincoln quickly controls. Back into the zone. Now it's knocked loose. Into the deep zone. Knocked back out to center ice. Played ahead of Landon Lund. Lincoln's got it. They'll fire it back down the boards. Picked up by Lund at center ice. He'll take it down the far side. Shot towards the net. Caught. And we'll get the whistle. So with 10:47 left in the third period, shots on goal now 28-10. We'll get Max Mitchell, Ethan Sauser, and Waddick out. Backed by Waddick and Hill. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. They got it in their own slot. Waddick knocks it away temporarily. Now they'll bomb it out to center ice. Knocked down by Hill. He'll go D to D. Sends it up to Max Mitchell. Dumps it into the zone. They'll play it back up the boards. Knocked down by Sauser. Out in front. Mitchell's shot goes wide. Lincoln will try and play it up the boards. Waddick runs him off there. Now back the other way. Lincoln 2-on-1. Shot saved. Another save by Trevor Breen. Gets the nice rebound control. And it's Anders Hill now. Works it down the ice. Drives it wide. Loses an end. Head first into the corners. Now he's on all fours, just getting poked in the face. Played out by Lincoln. Long cross ice pass. That's offsides. Tags up. Cooper Smith loses an edge in the corner. Waddick plays it off the glass. Max Mitchell now. Had Blake Schrader, couldn't get him the puck. Schrader's got it now on the far boards. 1-on-5. They're horrible odds. Lincoln somehow gets away with it. And they'll work it up to center ice. Into the attacking zone. Rose has it. Shot. Fired up into the glass. Or whistle. 9:17 left in the third period. Shots on goal 30-10 in favor of the Lincoln Stars. Tyler Randall into the dot. Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. Back to the D. Blocked by Blake Schrader. He sends it out to neutral ice. Lincoln counter punches. Back into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle. Off Breen's glove. All the way out. Back to the far point. Controlled by Lincoln again. Centering pass, bounces off the stick of Paul Kane. He works it down to the corner, taken away there. Now loose at slot. Fed back to the Lincoln D. They'll regroup at center ice and wheel it back in. Through the slot. Shot. Ooh, hit the side of the net. Had the angle. Lincoln now, taken away. Oh, that's a trip. No call. That was a very bad trip, but they get the goal anyway. 6-4 Lincoln. Some nights it's just not your night.
So you're a rocket scientist.
Shots on goal, favor Lincoln, 31-10.
So yeah, you got the brain, you got the touch. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, you're alright. But that will keep me up in the middle of the night. That don't impress me.
Even tees to the draw. Lincoln controls. Play it back to the D. Now they'll work it up the far side into the zone. And all alone in the slot again. Whoa, rebound kicks too far out. Dubuque the other way. Anders Hill will work it up to center ice. Fires it into the Lincoln bench as if to warn them. Paul King with the goal there. Sent ahead. Lincoln's got in their own defensive zone. Spins, and they've got plenty of room, plenty of time. Now it's knocked down. Back to the defensive zone. Powell will apply the pressure. Lincoln fans on the pass. Gets it back, though. Duke continues to apply the pressure. Now Powell's got it. High slot. Backhander shot. Saved by the goaltender. Still loose in front. Lincoln walks away with it. They're 2-on-2 the other way. Powell trying to back check. They'll get all the way down to the slot. Saved by Breen. He'll hold on for a whistle. .7:32 left in the third period.
Yeah. Life.
We'll get the Ethan line out with Maddox Mitchell.
They need me to go, but I don't want to leave. Rest in peace, little kid. Pigeonhole, I'm a night owl.
Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. Back to the D. Fired on net. Bladed off by Breen. Gets it to the near boards where Sauser has it. Tries to chip it around one. Doesn't quite make it happen. Lincoln back the other way. Shot from a bad angle. Caroms out to the far side. Can't be controlled. Comes all the way back out to neutral ice. Maddox Mitchell, full ice press. Makes him work for it. Lincoln back into the zone. Plays it down to the corner. Kicks it out in front. Loose puck. Oh, nice. Another nice save by Breen. They'll fire it back to the blue line. Shot. Save. Breen with another one. Back to the blue line again. Shot. Save. Breen can't quite corral the second rebound. Lincoln jumps it down the boards. Battle for behind the net. Lincoln sends it over to the corner. Back behind the net again. Lincoln just doing whatever they want with it on offense. Shot. Fired wide of the net. They'll play it to the tops of the circles. Check and make sure they only have 5 guys out there. They scored again. Now 7-4. 6:17 left in the third period. Not a lot to say here. Shots are 36-11. Trevor Breen doing all he can down there. He's usually getting the first or second one. It's the third one that's going in. That's not typically the goalie's fault. No goal. That was off. Those calls have gone against us almost all year long, so I don't think the net being off impacted the goal going in. That's what the Lincoln coach is saying. But you know what? Sometimes you need a break and you take it when you get it. Puck's down. Dubuque controls. Fed up the boards. Worked out to center ice. Elliot Troush drugged down. That'll be a penalty. Paul King headed to the box. 2 minutes, tripping. Hooking. 2 minutes hooking.
Number 9, the last goal of this now.
Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Lincoln bounce for it. Still loose along the boards. Now Honor spins away, gets a little room. Gets it off the Pulls. Pulls fires it down low to Fugler. Lincoln takes it away. They'll send it back up the boards. Honors Hill holds it in at the blue line. Gets it over to Randall. Randall's shot from the top of the circle is blocked. Lincoln loses it getting out of the zone, but still manages to make an amazing pass. Shot on net, saved by Breen. Dubuque the other way. Long cross ice pass, gets it to Poles.
Number 91, Paul at 6 minutes for tripping.
Poles now, top of the circle, gets it off. Shot blocked in front. Sent the other way. Lincoln's 2-on-1 against Anders Hill. Nice save by Trevor Breen. Picks up the loose puck back out in front. Nice play by Randall to get back. Lincoln still causing havoc even on the 5-on-4. Randall has it. Saints can't get any magic happening. Dumped into the zone by Lincoln. Meehan will pick it up behind the net. Still 45 seconds left on the power play. Meehan gets it up to Troush. Lincoln fires it back down. Lincoln wins the race. Now it's back behind the net. Controlled by Dubuque. Played off the boards. Sent back in the zone. Meehan back behind his own net. Plays it ahead. Taken away by Lincoln. Loose puck out to center ice. Dumped in the zone. Still 8 seconds left on the power play. Meehan back behind the net. Has it taken away from him. Lincoln now setting up on our power play. That's not a good sign. Lincoln wheels it at the blue line. Back to the high slot. Dumps off to the near side. Shot deflected. And knocked out of play. 3:47 left in the third period. I don't need to see so much wall there. There we go. We got Wyatt Powell up for the face-off. Excuse me for the yawn. Certainly has been an exciting game as 10 goals have been scored. They just need to put together a little magic in the last 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. They get it back to the blue line, fired back down to the corner. Waddick muscled off the puck there. Out the far side now, it's Tyler Randall. Chips it ahead to Powell. Face up to come just outside the Lincoln zone. Controlled by Dubuque. Held just inside the blue line though. Now Troush works it down lower. Down to the face-off dots. Shot. Saved by Lincoln. 3:18 left in the third period. Pucks down. Controlled by Lincoln. Now they've got it on the far boards. High off the glass. Sends it out to center ice. 2-on-1 the other way. Centering pass to the slot. Chipped around. Nice save by Breen. Still loose though. He'll hold on for the whistle. Look at Jack Fugger out with Michael Poles and Ethan Tees. Cooper Smith and Anders Hill back on D. Lincoln controls, throws it back to the point. Shot on net, saved by Breen, loose puck. Lincoln works away with it. Loses in the corner. Fights to get it back and does. Plays it back to the point. Taken away by Dubuque. Taken back away by Lincoln. Now it's Ethan Tees out the far side. Gets it head to Poles. Poles' shot is blocked. He'll try and control it back behind the net. Ducks away from a check. Played up the near side. Lincoln chips it out to center ice. Walks it right down the middle. Plays it out to the far side. Back to the point. Shot fired down to the corner. Randall picks it up behind the net. Plays it ahead to Fugger. Fugger up to Poles. Poles splits the D. And he's drugged out. So the Saints on a power play now. Just 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third period. Shots on goal still favor Lincoln, 39-13. We don't win a lot of games where you're outshot 3-1. Face off to come to the right of the Lincoln netminder. Lincoln controls. They'll play it up the far boards. Set all the way the length of the ice. Green will stop it there. Lincoln will be the first to do it, though. Controls it in the corner. Sends it back behind the net.
Number 21, Brayden Thomas. Cooking. That puts Dubuque on the O'Connor Thomas.
Carried into the attacking zone by Dubuque.
Power play.
Spins in the corner. Pass deflected through the middle. Troush has got it on the near side. His shot's deflected as well. Fired back behind the net. Still 1:30 left in the period. Troush runs through a stick. It's $400 you're never getting back. Loose on the side of the net. Lincoln fires it out the far boards. Meehan back to get it. 1:15 left in the third period. Meehan right up through the middle. Tries to get it ahead to Troush. Lincoln controls on their own goal line. They'll wrap it around to the near side. Laid out to the far side. Anders will run it down in the defensive zone. Carries it up through neutral ice into the attacking zone. He's knocked off the puck. Lincoln tries to play it around Poles. He controls it. Now knocked back to Anders. Anders on the blue line. Backs it off to Poles. His shot saved by the Lincoln goaltender. Worked out of the corner. That's Randall. Gets it to Poles on the slot. Now it's knocked away. And Lincoln will take it the other way. Kicked back out. Cooper Smith into the attacking zone. Tries to get it over to Fugger. Knocked away by Lincoln. Late coming. Anders Hill. Shot fired wide. Just 12 seconds left. Cooper Smith to the far side. Shot. Goal! With just 4.9 seconds left. Jack Fugger makes it a one-goal game. I'm not saying it's not possible to score with 1.9 seconds left. I'm just not sure what that play looks like from center ice. 1. Lincoln controls. Bull sends it into the zone. That'll do it. Final here from Dubuque is 6-5 in favor of Lincoln. Shots on goal wrap up at 39-15.
Shots on goal for Duke and 39 for Lincoln.
I'm Jackie and Scott's brother saying if you need a good laugh, talk to those two clowns. But if you're looking for a friend, find a rink, find a friend. Have a good night. We'll see you back in varsity.